Hi, welcome to the Quantity Surveying Studio. So, hope you're doing good, having a good time. I know it's been a few weeks that I've not put a video. I was busy with few things. So, this video is basically an overview about the different departments in a construction company or a construction sector. So, this video might be useful for you as someone like who is going to start your career in the construction industry, or if you are someone who wants to move into different sectors, you'll get an idea like what are the different departments, what are the different roles, designations in each department. On a broad basis, the different departments can be divided into the project management, cost management, and contracts management. So these are the major departments that is in the construction sector. So again, we'll look deeply into each department. So in project management, first we'll be looking into the project management. There are different teams inside a project management department. So first one is definitely the execution team, wherein you will have the site engineers, project engineers. So this is basically a hierarchy level, like how you can progress your career if you belong to this team. So you will start as a site engineer, then you will be moving into, after gaining some experience as a site engineer, you will move into project engineer, then you will be moving into the project or the construction manager side or role, then ultimately it will be the project head, construction head. The based on different companies, they give these designations roles in a different way. So commonly either a project head or a construction head or a project director or a construction director, that person will be in charge of a particular project, complete execution in charge. Everyone who is under the execution team, not only the execution team, the entire project team will be actually reporting to him. There are different teams again. There will be different heads of all that. Each team will be looking into that in the coming slides. So each head will be actually reporting to him. So this person will be the overall in charge of a particular project. You'll have a lot of exposure to the site, know how a particular work is carried out. You'll understand how much time is required to complete a work, what all are the called material specification used for that particular work. So definitely this is a important team who will be overall in charge of completion of a particular project within that quality, time, and also the cost. Ultimately, it's like a coordination between all these departments. If one department is not working, the other department is useless. So it's just there should be a coordination of all the teams that I'm gonna tell and explain to you in this slide. This is the first team, the execution team. Next comes the planning or the project controls team, who is basically monitoring the complete schedule of that project every quarterly or monthly or weekly. There will be a team that will be assigned to monitor whether the project is going on time, on the cost. Again, if it is going on budget or under budget, again there will be coordination between the cost management team also for this purpose. So there are different softwares used for this purpose, the Primavera, MS Project. Basically, these people will also be using the ERP softwares to look into what all are the cost expenses that has come for this project until a particular time. They also might use the EVM, the earned value management techniques, to do the project controls. So it starts with basically the project's control engineer or planning engineer, and they move on to become the manager, planning manager, or project controls manager, monitoring team of engineers. Then comes the head, the planning head or the project controls head or the directors, who will be overall in charge. That person might be sitting at the head office and he will be in charge of there might be different projects going on. If it is a contracting company, again he will be in charge of different projects, and there will be particular project control managers or a planning manager for each project, and they will be reporting to this director. So the monitoring, entire control is done by this team, a very important team. Finally, when there is some disputes and extension of time and all happen, this team comes into picture. You work out with the contracts team. There is a separate team, contract team, to understand how long the project is getting delayed, the reasons, what was the particular reason, whether it was the problem of the contractor themselves or the client or subcontractor. All these details are analyzed by this team, and that is worked out by the contracts team to finally get the claims and all. So again, if you want to move into this department, again a very important department, you can see a lot of project controls vacancies coming up now. Particularly what is happening is same like cost management, this project controls is also being outsourced to India for different projects that is happening all across the world. So there are different companies, maybe like a project might be happening in the UK and there will be a team in India. It's the same company, it might be an MNC. So there will be a team who will be monitoring all the project controls related thing for that particular project that is happening in UK. So that is getting outsourced now. So a very good demand for this particular designation and role. Next comes the quality audit and check team, QA/QC, what we call in the construction sector. Again, QA/QC engineers then move on to become QA/QC managers. Then there would be the head and director who will be handling the different projects of that company. So they are basically in charge of whether the quality of the work is perfect, the specifications, the material specification, the materials that is being used is good quality, the workmanship is of good quality. They have to be responsible for that. They have to sign off that. And if there is some problem, they have to raise it. So that is the main role or responsibility of a QA/QC team. Without them, again, the proper quality will not be adhered to or will not be maintained for a particular project, and later on there could be a lot of issues coming up. So a very important team. Again, they have to coordinate with the other teams. Sometimes, even if you want to raise some money or an invoice, you need to get the QA/QC checklist signed off from all the stakeholders. That's an important document required in most of the projects. So very important team. Next is the health and safety team. They are in charge of the safety of that particular project. So they are responsible for the health and safety of the project, the workers who are the direct workers who are working in that particular project. Again, HSE engineers, then the HSE managers, then the head and director or the HSE director who is in charge of all the project. They have to, adhere, like there should be some checklists before starting a work. They have to maintain that if all the rules or checklists has been followed so that a safe workplace is maintained in that particular site. Another important aspect for a project to complete on time. A lot of projects we've seen a lot of accidents, mishaps happening, and to prevent that, this team is really important. There should be a safe man hours. That is a reputation for a particular project to achieve certain level of man hours, safe man hours without any particular accident or incident. So a very important team again. There are like a lot of certification courses, health safety related courses that is available. You can just go through the Google and find out. These are very important. Most of the companies require these certifications so that they can start off as a health and safety engineer. Like NEBOSH, I don't remember now. Like there are a lot of, just you can Google it, you'll get a lot of certification courses. This particular role is in high demand all over the world, especially in the Middle East. A lot of HSE engineers are required. If you see in Middle East, almost all the HSE engineers will be from India. If you want to migrate to Middle East, this is a very good course to do and start your career as. Next is the design team. Again, an important team, the technical team. There will be draftsmen, draftswomen who will be making the drawing, the technical design engineers who are the in charge of particular designing of a particular system, MEP system, or the structural or the architectural. There will be different teams for each systems. Then the design managers, technical managers, finally the design heads, technical head, who will be monitoring all these designs are good to go or not. So very important, again, a design team. Without design team, you cannot even start the project. So the drawings are really important for any construction project, and drawings that too with proper specification, proper capacities, sizes, the measurement, everything is important. Be it an MEP system, HVAC system, electrical system, all the loads, all the standards should be, each country would have different standards, and all these should be included in this project, and that particular person should have a good idea, knowledge about that standard of that particular country. Each country will be having different standards. So really important role, responsibility, really critical role. Again, lot of opportunities coming up, and this is also being outsourced now for a particular project happening in any part of the world, Middle East, US, UK, that is being outsourced to India. If you see a lot of MNCs like WSP, Atkin, Katib and Alami, these these companies have a specific center, like global center, design center in India, who are doing the complete design from India for these countries, for the project for these countries. So really a good field for you if you are interested in it. Basically, that interest should be there. Without that, nothing will work out. Then comes the support team, the office for a project. This is basically for a project site, and you can say also for the head office, both head office and the project sites. There will be the administration team, the HR team, then the document controlling, office boys. So these are like a support system for that particular office site or the head office. Again, a very important role. There will be timekeepers if you are on site, so that will also be part of the administration team. Then the drivers, bus drivers, all those are also part of administration, like support team. So for these, I think not that much education is required. Yeah, for administration part, if you are in the higher level, like the admin manager and all, you need to have that basic education. Other than that, for the other roles, it's not that higher level of education. Yes, you need to have the basic knowledge, education, that communication skills, without which it would be difficult for you to survive. Good field or push good team that you can start into if you don't have that much education but would like to start a career in the construction sector. You can move into this team. Then the direct labor, who are the actual workers, the real heroes, I would say, the superheroes, who without which nothing is possible in a construction sector. The helpers, technicians, foremen, supervisors, who are sweating it out day and night in the site, and that too getting a very low salary in the construction. Still, that is the situation in the construction sector. These are the people who deserve a better standard of living, better salaries, better pay, but that is still not happened yet. Hopefully, this will get improved. So hope the project management team, you got an idea like who are the different teams, different departments under the project management sector section. Now comes the cost management, where I have the specialization and where I put up the videos. Again, here we have a pre-contracts team, wherein we have the estimation quantity surveyors. That depends on company. Sometimes they call it as estimation engineer, sometimes they call it as a QS engineer. So it depends. Both are the same. QS engineers are actually the same. Like the role are different. They will be there in the pre-contract team. They will be there in the post-contract. What is pre and post? I've already made videos. In just a simple term, pre is something that is happening before a project is actually awarded, before a contract is being awarded, and post is something after that contract is awarded. All those responsibilities that needs to be carried out. This from in the cost management side, that QS will be post-contract QS and pre-contractors before the award. So in this pre-contract team, you have the engineers, estimation engineers, the managers, then the estimation head directors, who will be responsible for different tenders that is being floated. So again, they can be called as tendering engineers or tendering managers also. Again, depending upon the company, it would change. Bidding engineers, bidding managers, again another term used. So again, these are people who are estimate the complete project with the rate, with the quantity, and then provide all the tender documents required, and then submit it for the tendering and try to negotiate and get the project for that for the company. So again, there is the contracts. The contractor will have a different team. Consultants will have the different responsibilities. They will be basically acting on behalf of the client, the consultants, and they will be doing and budgeting, making an estimate, and getting a final budget, and from there they float it to the market, get the contractors rates and compare it with their rate, and finalize the contractor who will be carrying out that project. The purpose of the work is different. The type of work is almost the same. The purpose for which the doing will be different. So this is something that is again getting outsourced to India. I am doing it in my current role. A lot of Middle East projects. We've done a few Australian project, US project. So we've been supporting that team for the quantification works, a bit of rate analysis work. So again, having great scope in India, wherein you can get good exposure to international project. Now there is a procurement team who will be procuring the materials, the manpower, the procurement engineers, then move on to become procurement managers, then the procurement head or directors. This again, there might be different departments, like the procurement team will be separate. Sometimes it will be included inside the pre-contracts team. They themselves will be doing all these procurement activities. That depends upon each company. They will be negotiating for the different materials once the project is awarded. The manpower, all the POs or work orders will be released by this team. They need to have good knowledge about the different specifications, the rates, the market rates. That idea should be there with this team. Again, for each system, there will be different procurement engineers. The MEP system will be handled by a different team. The civil will be handled by a different team. Next is the post contracts team, where the QS engineers are based on the site. You'll have the site QS engineers, the QS managers, then the commercial head directors. They would be carrying out all the cost management related activities in a post contract scenario, like claims, invoicing, payment applications, variations, subcontractor payment certifications. All these are roles and responsibility of a post-contract QS. I've made a detailed video on the roles and responsibilities. You can go through my other videos. You can find it out. I started my career in this team actually as a site QS engineer. Then now I have moved on to the pre-contracts team. If you are planning to move into the cost manager, my advice would be to start as a post-contract QS so that you will get an idea of how the site works, and then you can move on to the pre-contract system so that you already would have an exposure of the different activities inside, so it will be easier for to relate to the different items. But if you start as a pre-contract QS, you will not be having an idea about what actually that particular item is, how that item is installed inside, or how that item looks like. So that would be a little complicated. Yeah, you have Google and all those things, but still when you see it in real time, how it is being installed, that is a different scenario. Next is the contracts management. This is a very important team of a construction sector who will be dealing with all the disputes arising during the work are going on. Mostly they will be involved during the end of the project, but yeah, between they also will be involved whenever issue arises, the EOT, extension of time claim. They can move on to become the arbitrators, dispute administrators whenever some negotiations don't happen, and when it goes into arbitration, there you can, after having good experience, you can become an arbitrator, or you can become a like an expert that is appointed by the court to settle a lot of disputes. So you need to have a good idea about the different terms and conditions, the contract laws, construction laws. All these you need to be aware of. That too, if you are in a particular country, there might be different laws there also. So you need to be aware of those, the terms and conditions. Even before a contract is being awarded, you have to go through the different terms and conditions and see if there is any clauses that could be a risk for you that you need to identify. And even during some variations and claims, you need to point out that what particular claim or what particular clauses can help you out for getting that claim awarded. Really good pay for this team, a lot of opportunities all over the world. Even as a freelancer, you can do this kind of service where you can get a high amount for each hour you work for. I've had the opportunity to work with the contracts team when I was in UAE, wherein we there was a dispute going on between the I was with a contractor and with the contractor and the consultant on different variations which were not awarded, and I was assigned to prepare the backup documents and assist the contracts team. So it was a really great experience for me. I had to attend meetings with the court appointed expert, and there used to be discussions, debates, fights. So it was really exciting during that time. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope you've got a brief idea about the different sectors, different designations, roles, responsibilities in a construction sector. Hope this would be useful for you while deciding which department or which role you need to start off into the construction sector. So please do subscribe to this channel, to like this video if you found it to be useful, share it with your friends. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Take care. Bye.